In today's video, we're going to be heading back into an old world of ours and trying our best to make it look better. Speaking of things that look better, I think that the subscription button looks better on you. Does that make sense? I don't know. Please subscribe. Anyway, so it's been over a year since I started my Minecraft Goals series, and I thought I'd come back and have a look at the world and maybe do some changes as well. Now, this was the survival series I did on 1.15. This is our starter base here. Quite happy with how this turned out, to be honest, looking at it now. We had an enchanting area, a little storage and furnace room down here, and then I think I have like a ridiculous cactus farm for some reason. Yeah, look at this. But I didn't stay in this area for too long. I did build this chicken killing temple here, which has a lot of chickens in it. In case you were wondering, I nearly killed 20,000 chickens in this world, but only 9 horses. How things have changed. We had a massive creeper farm, but the main area was over here. Past this terrible villager breeder, which I never fixed. We have our area. I called this place the 4 Seasons because we have autumn, summer, spring, and winter. And in the center, my first sort of survival mega base, I guess you could say. I had just started watching Hermitcraft, and I was very inspired, and I built this thing, which I honestly thought was pretty cool at the time. And honestly, it still is kind of cool looking at it now. And you thought the other chicken killing temple was big. Look at this bad boy. This used to cause me so much lag. As you can see, there's chickens coming in here. Eggs are basically constantly coming down. As at the top in here, we've got all these chickens which give us eggs. It was a massive mess. I had very big ambitions for this world, and to be honest, a lot of them I never finished, such as my wool farm, where I wanted to make wool for every single colour. But instead of doing 1 sheep, I did about 15 sheep per colour, meaning we had quite a bit of pink wool, as you can see here. I don't know why I ever thought I would need this much wool. This was before the 1.16 update. Like, seriously? Oh gosh, wait, how long does this go on for? Up to here. What the heck? Right, yeah. I also had an iron farm, which has glitched out when I've updated the version. But this thing used to produce a lot of iron. And this is when I first started sort of terraforming the land myself. And you can kind of see how I improved. This was the first area. Then we had spring, which was pretty decent. Then winter, when we started messing around with the mountains. Finally summer, where my terraforming was starting to get a lot better, as you can see by this mountain sort of thing here. Also, I quite like this tree. This is a good tree. And of course, in this world, every pet was named Jeremy. I think I've got a little fish somewhere. Yeah, fish Jeremy. Inside the base itself, I never really did finish the interior. I did have a storage room in here, but it wasn't automated, and I just placed everything in by hand. This part over here was automated, but it was only stone, cobble, grass, and dirt, so it was kind of pointless. My bedroom, I did quite like, though. However, the rest of it, I never finished, as you can see here. Lots of grass everywhere. And up here, lots of torches and nothing else. So I thought today, I might go in with some world edit, with some creative mode, and see what I can do to this base. See if I can not only just finish it, but improve it as well. So there's quite a few things about this that, I don't know, I'd probably change today. So I guess we should probably start with the outside. I started off by changing these pillars here, as they were looking kind of bottom heavy, so I thought I'd change them to this sort of andesite and lodestone design, which looks a lot better. I also changed the roof from stone and andesite to dark prismarine and warped planks, and sort of made the little bit sticking out kind of fancier before starting on the bit on the inside there, where I'm adding on some fences, some walls, some chains. Plus, I've been using some blackstone instead of the spruce logs that were there before, and all in all, looking a lot cleaner. And I've copied and pasted this all the way around. It looks kind of weird at the moment because this bit here is still all spruce and the roof there is still the old style. But here you can see in a bit more detail what I've added on. I've been using some warped blocks as well. I've sort of made the entrances slightly different, using some walls, some chains, etc. I just think it looks a lot cleaner than it used to. But it's time to move up a level to this one here. Let's see what we can do. So unfortunately, the time-lapse I just recorded corrupted. And I think one of the main reasons is because of these stupid chickens that are just creating so much lag. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have to get rid of this. But anyway, here's what I've done for the next level, as you can see here. I've added in a bit of cyan concrete powder, some different pillars. I've changed this fence to be like a wall mixed with some fence, some blackstone added in, etc. And obviously the roof and this little bit here as well. I've also added in some sandstone on the floor, which made me think I should probably, you know, change the floor down here as well. It just looks kind of basic as this oak wood, so I might give that a go now. Let's see what we can do. All right, I've added in some sandstone, some birch, and I think it looks a bit cleaner now. Still looks kind of weird, but you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm going with it. Now just to baste it all around, and it should be everywhere now. Oh, nice. It's a bit fancier now. Do you know what doesn't look fancy? When I copied and pasted something earlier and completely ruined the roof here. So that's looking terrible. That needs to be fixed. But before we can fix that, it's time for this bit. I'm going to try and time-lapse it, but if it doesn't work, it'll be a hard cut to me being like, it didn't work. So here we go. No hard cut, as it worked. Woohoo! And here you can see me adding on some like fences, chains, changing it to blackstone as well. I think the blackstone just works so much better than the spruce as it just stands out more. Like everything just stands out in general. I also fixed the roof, as you can see here. Changed it from the andesite to some nice warped planks and some dark prismarine stairs. And it ended up looking quite tasty, if I do say so myself. And here we go. Looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. I think it's changed a decent amount. I didn't want to change it too much, as I did originally like the design quite a lot, but I wanted to, like, you know, spice it up a little bit, and I feel like we've achieved that. However, the interior, I'm still not happy with. I feel like these leaves or whatever I was going for here doesn't work. So I think I might mess around with this a bit more. I quite like the floor though, but maybe change the glowstone out to shroom light. Get rid of this chest as well. But let's give it a go. So I started off by removing all that weird leaf pattern and also removing the sort of supports that were holding up the ceiling, and instead added in these pillars, which I thought looked quite cool. I then decided, you know what? It looks a bit plain without the leaves, so I decided to add some leaves in, but this time some like sort of hanging leaves, which looked a bit nicer, before finally just adding some stuff in this bit here as well. And here is how it's looking. It looks slightly different. Like, honestly, I'm not sure if I actually prefer it to the old design, but I think it looks a lot cleaner now, and honestly, I didn't like the leaf pattern at all, so this, in my opinion, looks quite a bit better. But I didn't put anything in here, because, to be honest with you, I wouldn't know what to put. This is such a big space, right? What I'd probably do is maybe just improve this sorting system, but I don't know how I'd do it, and over here, I'm not sure what I would ever add. Maybe some villagers or something, but we had all the buildings outside for the villagers. I think this base was just too big for what I wanted to do with it. So I think for the rest of it, this upper floor and upwards, I'm just going to neaten it up and try and make like a cool ceiling design here. Let's see what we can do. Also, I might just remove the beacon as it's kind of ugly. Now, I wanted to do this cool cinematic shot because I think it just looks quite cool when you'll see it enclosing in right here. Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? But I did decorate the upper floor too. You'll see that in a second. And I also added in a chandelier sort of like hanging down from the ceiling. Let me go show you it properly. All right. So here you go. From down here, this looks so much more complete now when you look up. Oh, I wish I'd actually finished this in the series and done some sort of like roof up here. But you can see I've just sort of done some basic decoration just to the walls up here to make it look a bit nicer. And also keeping it nice and lit up as well. The chandelier is pretty basic looking. I tried my best to recreate the one that Green did in like Hermitcraft, but it just doesn't look very good. That was my inspiration. And I added in some leaves as well. Maybe I should have had some more leaves hanging down, but I think just a few up there is a bit nicer. And there you go. Look at that. When you walk in now, oh, that's so much better. The hanging leaves, I think, looks a lot cleaner. The pillars look so much cleaner. Up there, you got all that. Oh, it's so lovely. And I'm not going to edit any more of it, I believe. I think that is as far as we're going to go. I think we've made a pretty good change here. Let me see if I can do a transition quickly. I'll stand on top of this windmill right here. So this is what it looked like before. And here is after. What do you think? Did I ruin it? Did I make it worse? Did I make it better? Is there things you liked about the old one that you don't like about this one? Things you like about this one you didn't like about the old one? Did you like the leaf ceiling before? I guess you better let me know in those comments down below. But there you go. I had fun playing on this world again. Oh, what a time we had with this series. And what a pretty looking base.